Hello soulmates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I'm going to be teaching us how to cut and draft this Princess Dart Bustier blouse that has a collar around the neckline. So if this is something you like, please stay tuned to the end of the video. So now let's get right into the cutting and the drafting process. So I've gone ahead to mark out the horizontal lines, just as you can see, which is the shoulder line, the chest line, the bust point, the under bust, the waistline, and the blouse length. The length I'm working it is 24 inches. So the basic neck width is about 3 inches, then 1 inch for shoulder slope, then you connect the points. So from there you get the midpoint there, then you come in by half of an inch, then you connect the whole points to get the armhole, just as you can. Stop, you are going to be placing half of your nipple to nipple measurement on the bust point line all through to the blouse length. So you play whatever you have, you mark it and place it all through to the blouse length. Then you go ahead and rule a straight line across, just as you can see. You rule a straight line across. So for the waistline, the contouring, I use half an inch on both sides. You can use 0.75 though, but I'm using half an inch on both sides, in total 1 inch. So I just go ahead and connect it to the blouse length, just like this. So next up, you are going to be placing quarter of your bust measurement on the chest line this way, then your waist measurement also on the waistline, plus the dart intake you took. Then you just put quarter of your hip measurement directly. So just go ahead and connect all the points together, just as you can see. Now I want to do the under bust contouring. So first off, divide your actual under bust on your body measurement divided by 4. So whatever you have, you note it down. So now from your pattern paper, you measure it on your pattern paper. You can see where my tape is from the center front to that first dart leg. Then you continue on the second dart leg. So whatever you measure on your actual body measurement that you divided by 4, you mark it on the pattern paper. So that point, I had about 0.625 or something. So I noted whatever I had down. I noted it down. So I'm going to be sharing it on both sides, on the center front and on the side front. But I'm going to be sharing more on the side front because the bust is fuller by the side. Do you understand? What I actually had is 0.8. Do you get? So on the side front, I marked about 0.6 there for the side front. After that dart, do you understand? Then here I marked about 0.25 after that dart. So this is what I'll be contouring with. So I'll just connect it to the waistline from the under bust to the waistline this way, just as you can see. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to the bust point using the curvy part of my ruler. So this way we've contoured the under bust. So I just decided to do this one instead of doing the regular one that is very common. Do you understand? So this is what we have, just as you can see. Now the difference between the front and back waistline is 1 inch. So I'm going to be placing the bust dart below the bust point line, then connect it to the bust point, just as you can see. So it is a Princess Dart. So you get the midpoint of your armhole this way, then connect it to the bust point, just as you can see. Then you come down by 1 inch for contouring there, then connect that point to the bust point again. Then you extend the line above that armhole curve, then you mark that 1 inch. Then you go ahead and reconnect to the armhole. So now this is the new armhole that you are going to be working. For the neck depth, I'm using 7 inches and the neck width is still 3 inches. So you can go ahead to rule a straight line or decide to use a little bit of curvy part of your ruler. So I'm using the curvy part just to connect the point. You can use a straight rule, depend on what you want. This dress has a design around the shoulder area, and this is because maybe you'll be using 2 fabrics. Do you understand? So at first I marked about 2.5 inches, then by the side I marked about 3 inches. So you just get your ruler and try to curve it. But instead of using that 2.5 inches, I used 2 inches, you can see. So I went up a little bit, just as you can see. So you're just going to be cutting out that part. On the blouse length by this side, I came up by 2 inches. Then I'm going to connect it to the dart leg using the curvy part of my ruler this way. So there's something I call waist snitching. Maybe you want your waist to be snitched a little bit. So we are going to use 1 inches for snitching. So 1 inch divided by 4, that's 0.25. So I'm just going to mark 0.25 around the waistline. Then you reconnect the line. If you don't want to do waist snitching, you can leave your waist measurement the way it is. Do you understand? You just connect the point just as you have seen. So now let's move to the back pattern. So for the back pattern, I've gone ahead to mark the shoulder line, the horizontal line, the shoulder line, chest line, the waistline, and the blouse length. So remember, the front and back waistline are different. So now to get the length for the blouse, for the back pattern, you just say your front blouse length minus the bust dart. Do you understand? You remove the bust dart. So at the center back of the waistline, I came in by 0.75. So I'll connect it to the chest line and to the blouse length. This is to eliminate zipper bulging, your zip from bulging. So now on the shoulder line, I'm going to be marking half of your shoulder measurement on the shoulder line and on the chest line. You go ahead and roll the straight line across. Then the neck width is 3 inches. Then the neck depth is 1 inches. Then the shoulder slope is 1 inch. So you go ahead and connect all the points together, just as you can see. So next up, you will take your dart after that 0.75. Then you add back the 0.75 so that you can place it on your shoulder line or on the bust line. So the reason for doing this is to have a straight line. Do you understand? Is to have a straight line. So at this point, I'm just trying to check. So I noticed that the line is not straight at the bottom. So now on the waist, I use 0.5 inches on both sides. So that's the dart intake. So just connect it to the blouse length this way. Also connect it to the chest line this way, just as you can see. So next up, I'm going to be placing quarter of the bust measurement on the chest line. Whatever you have, then the waist measurements plus the dart intake, then the quarter of the hip measurement. Then you go ahead and connect all the points together, just as you can see. Let's move to the arm area. So you get the midpoint, then come in by half of an inch, then connect it to the shoulder, then to the chest line this way. So this way we've gotten our armhole curve, just as you can see. So now at the blouse length, you come up by 2 inches, just like the way we did at the front. Then you use the curvy part of your ruler just to get the curve like this. So now around the waistline, just to eliminate zipper, some excess around the waistline. So at the center back of the waistline, up and down, you mark 0.5 inches on both sides. So you connect it to the waistline this way. You are eliminating excess around the waistline. You get. So now remember, so I'm just marking those points by cutting it out, just as you can see. So now remember that we did waist snitching for the front. You also do it for the back. That's if you want. So whatever I use for your waist snitching for the front, you do it for the back as well. So I've marked 0.25, so I'm just going to go ahead and just connect the points. Do you understand? So if you look at the style closely, there's also a design at the back, just like the way the front design is, but I'm not so sure how the design at the back is. So I came down below the neckline by 4 inches. So I wrote a fainted line. It's just a guide. So then I marked 4 inches on that line. Then I came upward by 0.5 inches because there's like a kind of slanted curve there. So now they curve that design. I don't know if they curve it into the armhole or something, but curving it into the armhole, I felt it's a bit too much. I'm not sure what's going on at that side because I couldn't get a clear view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and reshape it a little bit above the armhole. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not so sure what it is, just to shape it a little bit above the armhole this way, just as you can see. So now the bottom part of the blouse by the side, if you don't want it too relaxing, you can just come out by half of an inch around that 2 inches you came up by for the front and the back. Do you understand? So I'm just going to be using the ruler to just connect the points together. Like if you don't want it too relaxing on the body, is the reason for doing this. Do you understand? So I want to draft the collar. So here I left about 0.75 as an opening. So I'm going to start the measurement after the 0.75 up to the shoulder. So this is me measuring the front pattern. So then you bring your back pattern, you measure the neckline around the back pattern. So whatever you have, you add it to what you measure for the front. So we want to draft the collar. Do you understand? This line I'm ruling is like a guide. So then I'm going to be marking about 4.5 inches across as well. So this is just to serve as a guide for me. Do you understand? So now because it's a collar, it has zipper allowance at the back. So I mark 1.5 inches across for the zipper allowance. Do you get? So next up, you remember whatever you measure for the front and back, make sure that your pattern paper is on fold. So now I marked whatever I have around the neckline for the front and back. I marked it across. Then I drew a straight line. Do you understand? So next up, I marked about 4 inches there. Then half an inch. 4 inches, half an inch. Then I'm going to be marking the back, the neckline for the back, which is 3.5 inches. After that 3.5 inches, I marked another 3.5 inches. You can see I marked another 3.5 inches. Then I'm just going to be slanting my hand this way. You slant it a little bit inward. Then I marked about 4.5 inches. You can see. Then I marked about 4.5 inches. So I'm just going to go and connect this point. This is to give it a little bit of roundness. Then connect this point together. So this point I'm connecting just to give it a little bit of curve. This part is what you are going to be joining around the neckline of the shoulder. This part I am connecting. Do you see it? So I'm just going to go and extend the line all through to the zipper allowance on both sides. Just as you can see, just extend the lines basically. So next up, I'm just going to turn it to the other side. So at this point, I marked 1.5 inches. So this is where the notch will take effect. You can see that's why I slanted my hand, even if I didn't slant my hand too much. So this is where the notch will take effect. So because of this style, I have noticed that it's a little bit curvy. It's not like straight. So let's use the curvy part of the ruler to get a curve rule, just like this. So now you can just connect it from that point to this point. You can see what I did. So I noticed that it's a little bit too long. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to reduce it. So whatever thing that you are doing here for this notch collar around here, it depends on you. If you want it longer, if you want it shorter, do you understand? So whatever you are doing around this point, it entirely depends on you. To get longer or shorter, whichever way you feel like depends on you. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to show you what it looks like. So if you've not liked this video at this point, please kindly do so, and don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, comment, like and share. So now this is what it looks like by the time I have cut and I try to open it up. You can see what it looks like. So remember, your zipper allowance is at the back. Don't forget to add your zipper allowance. You're also going to be adding your 0.5 inches all around. So you're also going to be attaching your collar stay or something. Do you understand? You are going to be adding the necessary things needed to make this outfit look perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and cut the back pattern, just as you can see. So you go ahead and cut, just as you can see. So now I was about cutting this piece. So here you just close up that part, then use your paper tape to hold it. So I was about cutting this dart, then discovered that I didn't extend my dart leg. So I'm just extending it a little bit to this point. Just extending it to that point. So now I'm just going to go ahead and label that part, which is the back design. You know you're using a different fabric for that design, but should in case you're not using a different fabric, no need for you to cut. Just do your normal shoulder dart for the back and you're good to go. Do you understand? So I'll just go ahead and cut out the excess. So this is for the back. So I'm also going to go ahead and cut the front. I'll label the front design, cut out the neckline as well, just as you see me do. So you carefully cut out your pattern. So guys, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, comment, like and share. So you go ahead and cut. So you open up the bust dart. When you open up the bust dart, you close it up with your paper tape. So you will connect the lines by the side. Then you cut out the excesses this way. You cut out the excesses this way, just as you can see. So now this is what we have for, I'm cutting out that front design here at this point. So the side fronts, you are going to be cutting two pieces. The center front cut on fold, the side back 2 piece, center back 2 piece, the design 2 piece, 2 piece, as you can see. So now these are what you need, and this is the color, like I said. So I'm just trying to place it this way. So this is the part you'll be joining to it. That's why I'm placing on this. You can see how it looks like. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, comment, like and share. Thank you.